Drojo, top general of the aliens, have brought you aboard my vessel. Welcome. We are joined with Kvysk, the supreme alien. Hail. Yes, it is quite an honor to have Kvysk in our presence. Treat him with respect. We have brought you aboard our vessel to ask you one very important question. Why should we spare Earth? We are greatly angered at Britney Spears, your Earth ambassadress, and want to destroy her and the planet from which she comes. Please tell us why we should spare your life.
Well, if you want to destroy Earth because of Britney Spears, just wait till you see Lady Gaga. Oh my God, she's much more terrifying.
Who is this? Is she Britney Spears' Secretary of State?
I guess you could say that. I mean, she likes to go around, with meat on her and all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, I've been tempted to dip her in, an olive, garlic, olive oil marinade and barbecue her myself. But, it's pretty crazy. It just gets worse from Britney Spears.
Excellent. This Lady Gaga wears meat?
She does wear meat. I guess she's not a vegetarian. I don't know, but, some pretty good prime cuts of beef there. Pretty nice.
Why are so many eyes on her?
Why are so many eyes on her? She wears a bunch of crazy ass costumes. I mean, really nut stuff.
Would she do that if no one were paying attention?
I kind of think she would. She's that nutty.
Secretary of State Lady Gaga wears meat.
Just wait till you get to hear her transmissions.
Her animal vocalizations.
Indeed, yes. Animals, kind of like a starving cat being, pulled apart. Something like that.
Does she support the nation of Texas or the nation of Tennessee?
We wouldn't claim her in Texas, no. No, she's not one of us.
This is good to know. Are there many trucks in Texas?
There is lots of methamphetamines. You can go to Terrell, anywhere in Kaufman County, anywhere on the Oklahoma border, get your own meth cooked up. A lot of crystal meth is good. There's quite a bit in Oklahoma too. They are the crystal meth specialists.
What is necessary to cook methamphetamine?
What you do is you go to your local pharmacy, like a CVS or Walgreens, and you say, I have a family of 12 with really bad allergies. We sniffle and we cough. I need the biggest thing of Sudafed you have because all my family's like this. And they give you this big thing called pseudoephedrine. It's like ephedrine, but it's false ephedrine, I guess you would say. And then you take it to your kitchen, you put it in a pot, you stir it, cook it on the stove, kind of like on that show, Breaking Bad. And then after you're finished, you get it, you eat some of that, crystal meth goodness. It's all like kind of green and white and crystally. And you just get this rush of energy and you just want to jump around. And it's a good way to lose weight too, because, many of us earthlings are fat. Unless, of course, you've been to the starving parts of Earth that, they're pretty thin.
This sounds incredible and far more powerful than the mere power of manners. Supreme Alien Kvysk, for whom streaming video never rebuffers, this is the first moment at which I have felt I might want to spare Earth. Yes, I would like to know more. Do you use trucks to transport this powerful meth?
Yes, crystal meth, we do mainly use trucks. Since we produce it, in our own backyard, we use trucks. Sometimes we'll stuff it inside people's bodies, body cavities, what else? We can put it in teddy bears. Teddy bears are good. Children's toys, great ways to transport this. Even inside a meatloaf once.
Or inside a pizza?
Yes, if they stuff cheese in pizza like Pizza Hut, why not put crystal meth in the pizza?
Meth-stuffed crust pizza.
Good.
Excellent. Maybe this is why Secretary of State Lady Gaga wears so much meat.
Oh, she might be using shrooms, hallucinogenic mushrooms, that's my guess. Maybe LSD.
Are you familiar with shrooms?
Oh, yes, I can find all kinds of mushrooms. I used to have a great little mushroom book, but I lost it when some people convinced me, use peer pressure to jump, off a cliff into a stream, ravine. I'm dying! And then my mushroom thing drowned, and I nearly froze to death, and it was pretty soggy. But I can go online and find more mushrooms in, I found a few, interesting, laughing gems and other little fun button mushrooms.
This is terrible. I can't believe what you went through.
I know. I felt like I was just in my underwear afterwards. It was like someone was sex trafficking these fat men. Sex trafficking of fat white men. That's kind of what I felt like.
I feel your pain. Listen, the council has not yet permitted us to spaghettify all humans, but we might make an exception for these perpetrators.
Perhaps. How about rigatoni eyes? That's kind of my favorite pasta, rigatoni.
Fusilli-ized is also a favorite of Kvysk.
Ooh, fusillis. That's a good idea. Yes, oh yes.
Do you believe that aliens are slimy?
Well, it looks that way. I mean, most of the videos I've seen, they can be kind of slimy, kind of slithering, have big teeth, and, and they always seem to want to probe us. Am I going to get probed soon? Or is it just probing questions?
For the record, you have not been probed yet.
Not yet, okay. Well, I'm ready for it, I was always told, try everything once, Always try it once, see how you like it, so.
This is good. Talking about trying things once, we have just tried our first venison swine concoction.
Is that German?
Known as a pizza.
Oh, like a big disc of carbohydrates with cheese.
Yes.
It is very good.
And dough.
Dough, yes. Dough, a deer, a female deer. Oh, yeah, I like the Sound of Music song.
And little lambs eat ivy.
Little lambs eat ivy. Well, I've had lamb before. It's pretty tasty. I would spare Earth for the lamb, too. Never had ivy, though. Knew a girl named Ivy. Yeah, you can go ahead and take care of her. I don't mind if you get rid of her.
What makes a human that you wish to be around and a human you wish to sacrifice for your own life?
Excellent question. I don't, if the human is what we call a bitch, which is kind of like a female dog, but in a human form, they tend to be very sacrificial. Whereas if they're a hot piece of ass, they're allowed to stay alive.
Sacrificial, meaning you befriend them for a long number of years and then cook and eat them?
Sometimes just for one night. Sometimes not even that long.
Is that when the bonding goes extremely well and you can move on to the next phase?
Yes, when the bondage goes very well, then we get to move on to the next phase. It's pretty good. You don't knock it till you try it. I highly recommend it.
What do you know of manners and their great, awe-inspiring power?
Manners. I know the biggest score I got in Scrabble was from the word manners, 84 points, triple word score.
Incredible.
Oh, it was incredible.
Perhaps this one is also an alien. He seems too intelligent to be a human. Far too intelligent.
That's what a lot of people tell me, I always thought there might be aliens among us, all disguised. I believe that.
That was your internal transponder.
Oh, well, what can I say? Maybe it's malfunctioning. All kidding aside.
This one is from the nation of Texas. That would explain it. Surely you know or have found out where Earth's self-destruction mechanism lies.
Earth's self-destruction mechanism.
Yes, it is of great interest to us.
My guess is the Middle East. That's where I would guess it would self-destruct. Probably in Iraq, Syria.
How is it disguised?
I think it has a very long beard and is probably pretty smelly. Doesn't bathe much.
You say from ancient Mesopotamia?
Probably from ancient Mesopotamia, possibly ancient Egypt, but I go more the Mesopotamian route. Scholars differ among this, our Earth scholars do.
Excellent. Is this Mesopotamia within the nation of Texas or Tennessee?
No, it is not in Tennessee or Texas. It's like in the nation of Iraq. Iran, I swam, I jumped. It's in one of those I nations.
We have learned that humans fear the oncoming onslaught of the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, yes.
How are you preparing for this event?
Well, I have a big pickup truck, which I can use to store dry goods, rifles.
But with all that meth, where would you hold the rifles?
With all that meth, well, I can, meth can be put in people's, body cavities, we can keep it nice and tightly, store it in there. So I have plenty room for the rifles in the bed of my truck, ammunition, night vision goggles, very important for the zombie apocalypse. Do not leave home without the night vision goggles, because those zombies, they can see at night. You better be able to, too.
I knew you would have a truck.
Of course. And some guns.
This is good. We have not yet decided whether the zombies fall within our jurisdiction for spaghettification.
Or fusilizing, I thought, fusilizing.
So many humans now fear this zombie apocalypse. Is this the only thing they fear?
What else do they fear? A lot fear spiders, snakes.
So all irrational fears.
Not totally irrational fears. I mean, some of them are kind of rational. Oh my God.
When was the last zombie apocalypse?
The last zombie apocalypse. I think that's what wiped out the Mayans in like 1505 or something,
We had nothing to do with that.
No, that was the other aliens. Alien versus Predator. I think that's what the movie was about.
Yes, we have since destroyed that species of alien. Do not worry.
They were very slimy. Oh, it was interesting to watch. I got to watch it with Spanish subtitles. That was hilarious. That was so funny.
What is Spanish?
Spanish, it's a language, and it's like a very energetic language, but it's not as scary as German.
I have learned Spanish. I read it in a poem. But where can I read German?
German, well, the only German book I know is Mein Kampf, but I don't know if you want to read that. You might, really just vaporize us all. I'm sure there's other German books. Oh, I think Hansel and Gretel is German. Find it, and you see German when it has these big, long words like Gefalte, Gescheimen, Gefau, Gewalken, Stupen, Pupen. Then you found German.
Excellent. Are their pizzas better than Tennessee pizzas?
No, they don't really know how to make pizza in Germany. I mean, they have sausages, schnitzel, beer, lots of beer. If you want better pizza, go to New York, Chicago, or Italy. Italy's good pizza.
Pizza schnitzel.
I guess that'd be like a veal pizza. Like a veal parmesan on top of a dough,
What is Ethiopian food?
Ethiopian food is served on another large carbohydrate disc, but this one is kind of spongy, kind of almost alien itself. And you use the pieces of carbohydrate disc with lots of protein and iron to pick up small pieces of raw beef with spices and butter. And you kind of shovel them in your mouth with your hands. And then you eat a bit of salad, eat a bit of lentils, eat a bit of this and of that and of this and that. And you kind of shove it all in your mouth and it's real spicy, so you get full afterwards. You get kind of bad heartburn, but you get really healthy and you feel this need to run marathons and run long distance really fast, and then you become very thin.
Do you use utensils?
No, we don't use any utensils for Ethiopian food. Just eat with your hands, kind of like a raw animal sort of thing.
Are you allowed to bring your own utensils?
It's very much looked down upon, very much. Bring your own utensils could result in you being ritually stoned to death, or possibly hung up on a pillar for 4 or 5 days for birds to come and poop on you.
Do they make exceptions for the supreme alien?
Well, if you write to them within 30 days in advance and give them a medical documentation, they'll put it before a committee, and after another week, they might decide to grant you an exception, which you'll have to pick up from your local, county office.
Does this have to do with the power of manners?
It is something with manners and customs, yeah. Most humans, the manners are similar, but they can be different, Similar but different.
Do you know any other reason why we should spare Earth?
Any other reason why you should spare Earth? Let's see. Well, because it's a great place to visit. You can go to all sorts of wonderful places like Cancun, Tijuana, Calcutta. Pretty happening places, pretty fun to visit. You can have some crazy times there. Don't forget New Orleans. New Orleans, you gotta go New Orleans. After you experience New Orleans, you'll want to spare Earth. Actually, Las Vegas. Las Vegas will save Earth. Go there, the Bellagio, you'll be gambling your ass off. You have all this buffet you can want, prime rib, shrimp, And then after you think you've had enough alcohol and booze and food and gambling, you can go out to the chicken ranch and have yourself a good time.
Human, we have learned a great deal from you, and we shall consider sparing you.
Okay. Should I prepare for the anal probe now?
You're lucky we ran out of those on Thursday.
Okay. Well, I won't be able to add that to my Instagram. Oh, well. Don't forget social media, another reason to spare. You can find, you don't have to interview me. You can look at all kinds of crazy people, access social media, their Twitter, their Facebook.
Twitter, we have infiltrated this communication mechanism.
I'm not surprised. There's all kinds of government, malfeasance going on Twitter, spreading false rumors, trying to get people thinking they live in a free society when they really don't.
Yes. We have been monitoring the communications of Earth Ambassador Britney Spears. She seems obsessed with pictures of herself.
Yeah, social media tends to make people take a lot of photos of themselves, post them online. Even politicians get into it. Barack Obama's a bit. But no one affected more than Anthony Weiner. Took a lot of photos of himself. Posted all them online. Oh, yeah.
Did he take photos of his wiener?
Wiener took photos of his wiener. Lots of wiener schnitzel there. Actually, it wasn't that much, you know what I'm saying? That's just me,
This is good to know. Thank you, human. We shall consider sparing you. Would you like us to spare anyone else?
Spare anyone else? Well, you can spare one of my friends. You'd probably be tempted to vaporize him. He asks a lot of questions, but please spare him. He can't help it. He's British.
Yes, those British subjects sure are tasty. But we shall consider sparing him as well.
Oh, okay. You can spare him. You can go ahead and spare, let's see, my sister. I'll let you spare her, unless she gets on my nerves again. And, let's see. I really like the people that invented Netflix. I watch a lot of Netflix. Go ahead and spare them. I don't want to lose my Netflix.
Very good. Goodbye, and may we always avoid proprietary electronics branded with rotting fruit. You have my thanks, human. Never give up, never buy in.